Who took the boom, boom, bada, boom, cham, boom, bada, boom, cham? Who took the boom, bada, boom, cham, boom, bada, boom, cham? Who took the boom, bada, boom, cham, boom, bada, boom, cham? Who took the boom, oh, baby, my lady's back up and move away. Who took the boom, bada, cham, boom, bada, boom, cham? Who took the boom, was the one, cham, boom, bada, I thought would stay. Who took the boom, who took the boom, who took the boom, who took the boom, who took the boom?
Start off with a strange sense of humor. Add 3 performers times 20 characters each. Throw in a load of musical talent, and you've got Radio Music Theater.
Put a pill beneath my head. Tie me to a big brass bed. Do some grocery shopping, get some chocolate topping. We'll whip up a recipe for love.
Radio Music Theater stars Ken Polk.
My name is Bubba, so call me Bubba and come down here and look at one of my used cars. I want you to drive away in one of my cars today.
Vicky Farrell.
Diamondellos, dazzling, dynamic, and completely edible. These clever crystals are crafted from genuine glucose, so as the evening wears thin, you won't.
And Steve Farrell.
You like music, but you can't afford good equipment. Well, now you can. How about phony? It's the same as the one you've heard about. This is made by people who've been to Japan. It's got everything. An antenna to pick up radio signals out of the air.
Steve came up with the concept of Radio Music Theater while working at the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis. There, he learned the technique of live radio-style on-mic performing from Virginia Payne, who played Ma Perkins on radio. She helped recreate the golden age of radio in The Adventures of Nick Kincaid, in which Steve played the title role. And Steve started working on a way to apply that technique to a new brand of comedy. But he was soon sidetracked with a move to Houston, where he became the host of a children's television show called Secrets Out.
Steve Farrell!
Hi there. Good to meet you and welcome to
Steve's popularity in Houston led to several small roles in films like Hot Wire with Strother Martin.
At least you got yourself a cute one.
You got yourself some cute ones too, you know that?
He doesn't like. Hey! Somebody's got the car! Get the hell!
Murder in Texas with Andy Griffith.
Out in the oil field, 500 miles south of nowhere, not a doctor.
And A Tiger's Tale with Anne Margaret.
We'll need a tetanus booster and a 2-row silk on a cutting needle. Have you fixed up in a jiffy?
Gee.
But when Houston's boom economy went bust, Farrell got his first real break. He wrote a song that would become a big part of Houston's climb back. And when NBC News featured the song, things started to happen.
Now they're playing a different song in Houston, and Sandy Gilmore has details.
Tall buildings offering the cheapest office space you've ever seen.
Some experts say the high vacancy rates will continue for 2, perhaps 3.
Boomtown became the centerpiece for RMT's first album, Funny Music. Soon, Radio Music Theater's comedy shows became such a big regional success that Saturday Night Live heard what was happening. Radio Music Theater flew to New York to do a series of shows at the West Bank Theater, and Saturday Night Live featured RMT in a 5-minute film short satirizing Japanese science fiction movies called Ponjo, Giant Dog of Tokyo.
Time to get up, Susie. It is a beautiful day in our village of Shimizu. Perhaps you would like to go to the beach with an assortment of your friends.
Not today, Mother. I feel despondent.
Perhaps it will lift your spirits when you hear that Jack is coming back from Tokyo.
Jack's coming home?
No, but perhaps it will lift your spirits when you hear that he is.
I hope it is soon, Mother.
I know that you hope it is soon, Susie.
That is the village of Shimizu, Dr. Randall Martin. And there's Ponjo doing something that would normally be harmless in that tall grass by the village. I'm landing the plane.
The film was written, directed, and produced by Radio Music Theater. And, of course, they provided voices for all the characters.
Dogs are dogs, no matter how big they are. Just like people. We're getting married immediately.
Look how friendly Ponjo has become. He's letting the villagers climb on him.
It is a shame some people died, but we didn't know them very well.
Other Camp RMT film shorts followed, like Meet Doc Moore, which was picked up by the USA Network and made a part of their night flight programming. The film, shot like a human interest news story, introduced a character of Steve's who would become a favorite of RMT fans, the unintelligible Doc Moore.
And people definitely do like Doc Moore. Doc, I understand you're pretty opinionated when it comes to politics.
Well, I have been, but I know that what I know. And that is what turns it on for me. I do not care whether it been on this party, whether it been on me this party, or whether it be on dinner with Leonard or not. We need it, and we have to have been on habit, and I will. I will.
People here seem to really look up to you. How do you explain that?
Yeah, I could have been on more magnitude than anything else. And people are everything where to come, and they like that.
What are your personal dreams and ambitions, Doc?
I have a dream. What time will come that people not be on, but baby. Not be on, but the cafe not be, but you not instead of be denim. But have all been come on one and that be what it is now. Have you been on people there? Would you been on time like that be but listen with me? What do you think about it?
The Fireman's Ball featured Vicky and Ken in a parody of stag films. But in this film, all the action had supposedly been censored for television, so only the bad acting between the hardcore scenes remained.
Hello, ma'am. This is my friend.
Well, he's awful young to be a fireman.
I'm just a fire boy, but he's good with the hose.
Well, let's find out.
Give this a good...
RMT returned to New York to play a second run at Manhattan's West Bank Theater. And by now, Ken Polk had developed a cult following for his bizarre improvisational character, Ortner Clampool, the weatherman.
Why does lightning never strike the same place twice is the question?
Oh, well, sometimes it does strike the same place twice, but there are different people around to talk about it. If you're standing there and lightning hits you, then of course you're not going to be talking about it later.
RMT celebrated the new year working for Fox Television, hosting a 2-hour party live from the Hard Rock Cafe. And Radio Music Theater had plenty to celebrate. They just closed a deal with radio syndicator David Colin. Colin would produce comedy segments with RMT each week, and a new 200-seat theater and radio production facility was under construction in Houston to house the troupe, their growing number of fans, and the new radio project. Upon returning to Houston, RMT was welcomed by a live audience of 1 million when they played the Astrodome 18 consecutive times, performing their unique arrangement of the national anthem. Their voices, their music, and their videos were heard and seen everywhere in Texas. Boomtown became the official song of Midland, Texas' Midland is Back campaign. Their new theater was a huge success. Their radio comedy was in syndication coast to coast. And when Monty Python's Eric Idle was brought in to play Coco in Houston Grand Opera's production of The Mikado, Radio Music Theater was hired to rewrite and funny up the lyrics Eric Idle would sing.
All muggers, joggers, buggers, floggers, people who play golf, they never would be missed, they never would be missed.
Radio Music Theater is emerging as a great source of talent, original comedy, and music. RMT's run at the Callboard Theater in Los Angeles marks their first step toward the West Coast, and who knows what will happen next. But while we're waiting to find out, why don't we join the citizens of Dumpster, Texas at their annual Wiener Day festivities, where Sheriff Benson is about to lead them all in the traditional Wiener Day sing-along. Join in and sing along with them.
Everybody, it's Wiener